I feel like one of my, big missions in life here is to just remind folks that this is part of who they are. It's part of their birthright, and to also kind of open the door in a way that is really accessible and really empowering and just doable in terms of how they might work out those creative muscles. Because I think that, I don't know, we grew up in a time where it's kind of like there's like artists with a capital A, and they're like the artists that are like in the studio painting the still lifes, or like whatever your idea of like what it means to be an artist is versus how you might feel about yourself. And I really feel like, bridging that gap is really important. I think like I was feeling like I wasn't getting to my studio enough. So I was like, I wanted to come up with things that I could do just like at my kitchen table. I'm in my studio right now, but at my kitchen table or wherever, on the bus, on the beach, things that were simple practices that would be flexing that muscle without the whole to-do of painting a big acrylic painting. So this is what my whole Creative Revolution e-course is about. It's just like tons of these, and I'm really excited to share one of them with you. And this one, it's really inspired by how I paint, in that when I'm painting on a big canvas, one thing I often do is I actually turn, I'm like painting in this direction, and then I turn the whole entire canvas either 90 degrees or 180 degrees, or, there's four options of orientation always. So I find that switching things up like that is like such a powerful way to see it in a new way, get inspired, have a really interesting visual effect, because if you can imagine like you're painting a figure, for example, and then all of a sudden you turn it on its head, and then maybe you paint another figure next to it. It's like now you have two figures to, it's like, it's just makes things kind of interesting. Like visually, you're like, wow, there's an upside down thing there, but yeah, so I think our conscious mind, is kind of trained in this one way, and we have our habits. So when we turn things, you're just totally shaking it up. So this exercise, I just call it the 90-degree exercise. I could come up with something maybe more creative, but that's what I call it for now. Is just something, taking that whole idea, but using simpler materials. So what? Turn here. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah, I could totally turn. We should have, wait, you know what? Next time you teach this, you should have like the music play in the background. For everything, turn, turn, turn.
Exactly.
I guess I could sing it for you too. Okay, I'm turning.
Yeah, one thing I will say, if you're working really symmetrically, like in a circle, it's not going to look that different, right, when you turn it. So, just be aware. It's fine. It's really fine.
Just knowing.
So now I have a plant on its side over here. So that's interesting. That's interesting to me. I'm using a highlighter. Mixed up in my jar of markers. Okay, I'm turning again.
Me too. We're on the same pathway, Flora.
Woo. This is so different this way. It's interesting because I'm noticing what everybody else is seeing at home is like the opposite of what I'm seeing. Okay. I think I'm gonna bust out a little watercolor here.